Welcome to Tuesday, June 28th, 2022, your Day Weather Podcast, brought to you by Cowboy State Daily. Cowboy State Daily has more original Wyoming news content than any other news organization in the state. Cowboy State Daily, sign up for the daily newsletter and check them out on their Facebook page. Summertime, this is the best way to describe what's coming here over the next several days. We're not going to see as many thunderstorms in the region today, still a few, mainly down into Colorado, into the southwest United States, but even in those areas where it's been very active lately, drier air is going to come in for a little bit. Subtropical moisture, though, is going to surge northward again out of Mexico and into the western United States. That moisture, combined with a cool front coming in late tomorrow, is going to enhance the chance for showers and thunderstorms over most of the region Wednesday through Friday. And as we peer into that 4th of July weekend, we're still looking at to be typical. Warm temperatures, sunny to partly sunny skies, and occasionally some afternoon and evening thunderstorms. Textbook 4th of July weather. Today's water vapor imagery kind of shows what's going on, why there's going to be less thunderstorm activity today. You can see the subtropical moisture is getting beat down a little bit further to the south. That's because of the cool front that's connected to that low up here that swept in and is going to be pushing that cooler air south and east. There's another cool front back up here that's going to be coming in tomorrow night and Thursday. So what that's doing is that's suppressing the higher humidity air further south. And you can see in this orange stretch here where the air is drier. So there will still be showers and thunderstorms, but they're going to be less widespread. And you can see the high pressure is actually retreated to be centered more to the west instead of being over here. So that northwest flow is driving that drier air south into the region. However, this high pressure is going to migrate back to the east again. And there you go. This is by Thursday morning. The high is more centered here, and now we're back into that flow of moisture again. And then you can see right here, the cool front that is right here now is going to march eastward, dragging some cooler air behind it Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And that cool front combined with this resurgence of subtropical moisture is going to lead to a better chance of showers and thunderstorms Wednesday through Friday. Now, this is by Sunday morning. The high is over Oklahoma, and this is a pattern we've shown you many times here over the last few weeks. The low off the west coast works with the high, and you get that subtropical air moving on in. Today's precipitable water map shows the drier air coming down east of the divide, so this is why thunderstorm chances are going to be much lower. But notice, we do have a tongue of moisture that's along and west of the divide, so this green area here is going to have some shower and thunderstorm activity today, and in these white areas along that boundary, maybe a few as well. But tomorrow afternoon, notice the green and the blue starts to surge north and eastward again. And this is the cool front where the drier air is in behind it. This cool front is going to settle right along the I-80 corridor here, kind of stall out by Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And then that moisture comes over the stalled frontal boundary. And with daytime heating, that's going to lead to showers and thunderstorms. So we're cautiously optimistic. This area here that's been really, really dry, and we'll show you some of those monthly totals here in a moment, has a good chance as we get into tomorrow, but especially Thursday night and Friday to get some rain. This is for Friday afternoon. You can see that subtropical moisture is well in place. This is the precipitation forecast through Friday evening. This is that east to west axis I talked about right here, where there could be some enhanced shower and thunderstorm activity between Wednesday and Friday. And you can see the scattered showers and thunderstorms over the southwestern United States. And there we can focus in a little bit closer to home. This area right here, and including up into the Panhandle and up into Casper, has been really, really dry during the month of July, while it's been wet up here and wet down here. The I-80 corridor of Wyoming, places like Cheyenne and Laramie and Scotts Bluff and Torrington and Wheatland just have not gotten the rains that have happened north and south of those areas. But I think Thursday and Friday, we can maybe keep our fingers crossed and hope that some rain-producing thunderstorms will move into those areas. And to just kind of show you what's going on, if you look at the month-to-date total so far for these dry areas, Scotts Bluff just over 0.3 of an inch, 2 inches below average to date for the month, and still well over 3 inches below normal for the season. Casper has had a very dry June. Now, Casper had a very wet April. Casper had a very wet May, but has kind of hit the skids with just over 0.2 of an inch of rain for June. And if you look at Gillette, well, it's the opposite. Gillette's almost at 2 inches of rain for the month, which is above average. And look at Gillette for the year. 9.48 for the year. A year ago, Gillette only had 4 inches. Gillette has more than doubled the amount of precipitation this year, calendar year-wise, compared to a year ago. And Gillette is actually above normal for the year. Then if you look at Cheyenne, under 0.3 of an inch for the month, almost 2 inches below average, and well over 3 inches below normal for the season. So there are some really dry areas in between the really wet areas. Here's a wet area. Now, Lamar, Colorado was one of the very dry areas, but Lamar is approaching 4 inches of rain for the month of June. And you know what? They may hit that with the subtropical moisture down there, bringing some heavier precipitation. So we've got strips, little areas where it's been wet this spring, and some areas, little islands that have been much drier. If we were to look at the 10-day forecast, there is encouraging signs that as we get into the 4th of July weekend and into next week, we'll continue to see the subtropical flow have chances to move in, bringing showers and thunderstorms. And kind of what we may see is we may see a more southerly shift of the better rain chances in the southern Wyoming and into Colorado, as opposed to the areas that have been wet this spring up here. They may start to see a drier trend over the next 7 to 10 days, while the trend down here may start to be a little more moist. We'll see what develops. Taking a longer range look at the forecast, this is for next Friday, July 8th. The high pressure ridge does retreat back to the west again. And what you're going to see during the course of the summer is you are going to see these high pressure centers basically migrate back and forth. Sometimes it'll be over the southern plains. Sometimes it'll drift west into the Four Corners and desert southwest, only to move back to the east again. And what happens is when the high goes here, it kind of shuts the door to the subtropical moisture. Sort of the door closes. As the high goes to the east, the subtropical door opens again. So this is where you kind of have the back and forth. When the high migrates to the west, you dry out and you heat up. As the high pressure migrates to the east, you cool down a little and you have better chances of rain. And that's something that we're going to be watching for during that second week of July. When it comes to those sea surface temperatures in the Gulf of California, they've hit the magical 29 degrees Celsius mark in the Gulf of California and in this area right here. So that means that the monsoon moisture flow is going to continue into July with these warm sea surface temperature readings. You just have to get the right pattern to bring that moisture north. Have yourself a good Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.